Hi there, it's day 232, and today's topic is understanding processes in order to be able to react better. Who's the initiator? What is the cause? Now, many times, and I think this is one of the most important topics that we have, and I needed a lot of time until today. I had the eureka moment. How many times we are have to decide for something, we observing something happening, and then we misjudging the whole case. And there is an initiator, something that happens, but sometimes we don't know the cause of it. So this is the first and important thing, and it doesn't even matter sometimes, what is the cause, but we are judging because we're thinking we know what is the cause, and so based on having half knowledge, we are making decisions that only creates more problems, and then suddenly. The whole process is misunderstood because you're thinking that A creates B, and then you are reacting to it. And if the whole thing is developing in a new direction, you're thinking, how is this possible? How is this possible? That's why, sorry, we have so many cases where there is a project and they invest millions of dollars and thinking we will continue instead of accepting that things are different and investing more and more money as instead of breaking down and starting from new, like what is it, in Berlin here, where we have the airport, and they gave billions of it, and it would have been better to destroy everything and to create it from new. And the cause is, if you don't accept that there are things that you have maybe overlooked or don't understand, then you can proceed the whole matter in a totally different way. Instead of thinking that there are two criteria that is involved, why don't assume that there's a third part that I do not know, and I don't know what is creating it. But if by thinking that way, I can say, instead of, well, this is the initiator, he's creating that kind of result, so I have to do this. Now you can say, well, I thought this is the creator. There's another part that I can't understand how they are connected. And suddenly, you have a totally different outcome because suddenly you're observing something different. Instead of thinking, only seeing the result, suddenly you start saying, okay, well, this is the result. This is very strange. I thought that this is happening, and just the happening is totally different suddenly because I observe a different outcome. And suddenly I see the whole process in more detail, as if first time in your life you're opening your eyes. And it's like you're seeing a ball is rolling down the road, and you're only seeing like, okay, rolling was there, and suddenly it's there. And the process of the rolling, you're not observing. You're not observing what kind of material is the ball, what kind of surface is it rolling, and was there maybe something that pushed or had any dynamic that pushed the ball in more speed, just for an example. So by thinking just, because the road is there, that's creating, then you are making false conclusions. So you base your whole decision on false conclusions. And your whole decision is, whatever you make, sometimes it's wrong. You're thinking, how is this possible? Why? Because there's one point that you don't understand, and you do as if you understand it. It's like, to place a good example, in astrophysics, there are certain happenings that we can't explain. For example, that the light is not going only straight on, but if it's comes to a star, it goes around the star, and we had for many years no explanation for it, but because they were observing, they concluded there must be something else that we don't have an explanation for. And it's the same way we have in those kind of situations, we have to accept a criteria that we don't understand. It's like a few weeks ago, I said also, if you're only calculating in one way, then the outcome may be catastrophical. So, but if you are also calculating, well, maybe the outcome is totally different from what I'm hoping for, then I can make other decision. And this is so important, so vital. I can't emphasize it enough. And today it's like for many years I had a problem. Now I'm seeing so clear that now I can make totally different decisions. And then suddenly what you're observing, so the whole happening, the process, is in a total new light. It's like that you're seeing, oh, this kind of movement, there is something I can't explain, but this unknown thing has, as a result, a certain kind of action. And so now I have to conclude that, oh, if this is happening, then I have to make another decision. Doesn't matter if this makes sense. For the case itself, it has an inner logic that I have to accept. And then I can understand the whole happening. And it doesn't matter to find, if you will ever find out the cause, it's just that you have the initiator. So that's what brought the whole happening into the game. And now I can make other decisions that have as a result that I have the success and nothing else. So good luck to this, and stay tuned till tomorrow. Bye-bye.